Hello, and welcome back to the ActWres Stage podcast here on the 5-Star Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, Sondre Björn, and we are, as always, a podcast all about ActWres girls, AWG, and I'm joined by Velkej. How are you doing?
Hi, it's today we are recording on Friday. It's Friday evening. I do not have work tomorrow morning, and I'm celebrating the month of March that in ActWres Girls with half liter of Coke and like 3 big shots of whiskey in it. And lemon slices. Sondre is terrified because he thinks I'm going to be very drunk after while we are finishing the recording. Do not worry, my friend. I'll be fine.
I am not. This is Friday, of course. I just got done watching TJPW in Philadelphia. WrestleMania weekend is rolling on, and we have had a wonderful month of ActWres girls AWG. March is said and done. We had 4 shows going through the month. One in Korakuen Hall, the first Korakuen Hall show of 2024. But before we got to Korakuen, we had one stop in Shinkiba and one stop in Osaka. So we'll start with Shinkiba, first ring from the 11th of March. Act Wrestling Step 36. A show that we knew what the main event was going to be last month after Alan had announced that she was going to leave ActWres Girls and booked herself in the main event of this first show of March. And she was, of course, in the main event, but we'll start with the opener on the show. Update Plus, me and Sakura Mitsushima versus Ayano Irie and Irina Yamanaka, and versus the Royal Shigegoto and Koki in a 3-way tag team match. So, Update Plus wins after a Kuma-chan fall from me. And this was a very fun opener for me. I thought 3-way tags are always fun in this company, and I thought me was a big highlight here. Goshika, again, probably by far the most improved wrestler of the last year, and she keeps showing it here where she is doing better lariats than Koki, who tries to do lariats.
Yeah, this was great opener. Like, if you want to open a show with more than 2 people, more or better than like a singles match, something like that, which is like in some kind of feud or something, you cannot do better than like booking some random trios match or something like this 3-way tag match. This was great. Like, this is everything. Like action from the start. Like, we had fun, and we had the interactions between these characters. The only downside was Koki in this match, which is like the theme we had going on this year, because she has been really she has plateaued and she has been left behind by the rest of her faction, and not just her faction, but even people around her, or even people who started later than her. So this was like we were still in this mire of like Koki not doing much for me. But this match, alongside others, tied one of the, like, let's say 3 big themes of the month, 3 big storylines of the month, and that is disintegration of Beast Rebellion. I don't know where it leads. I'm letting them surprise me. I am not sure. I don't know. I'm willing to let them basically lead me through what is going on. So, why I'm saying that is that Ayano had a chance to break up a winning pinfall from me, but she chose not to do that, because her and me are all tag team partners, and it will tie into the another story, another narrative that goes through this month, and that is tag team tournament, which will be touched on from the Korakuen Hall. But it started in here. I think we can safely say that it started in January and February, because we had seen the formation of tag teams. But this is like an opener, and at the same time it's a story match, because at the end Ayano could have broken up the pin that me won with, but choose not to do so.
Yeah, and we would actually see a kind of not a rematch of this, but 4 of these members, the members of this match, would be in the same match at Korakuen, and Ayano would not be teaming with a Beast Rebellion member. So
yes, exactly. So like this is like looking back at this match. It's been almost a month since we have seen the match, because the upload was very quick. And it was on the 11th. So like we can see that they've put up the Seeds of Descent in February, or basically immediately after end of January. So basically the whole February, and it continues into the March, and the Beast Rebellion story goes on. I don't know where it leads, but this is one of the steps in it.
Yeah. Then in the next match, we had Act and Mari teaming up in a 3-on-2 handicap match versus Asukumiya, Katmas Calico, and Renson. I am still confused why this happened. Katniss Calico, why does she still have this status after having her shining performance in January? We will never know. This match ends with Mari pinning all 3 members of the other team with help from Act. How do you feel about this?
I liked the match, and at the same time, I did not like the match. I liked the team up because I think it's inspired team up, and then they took the team up to All Japan, to ActWres time, and from it we will see it in the tag team tournament. But I actively hated that it was Cat Mask who was the person who was being beat up over and over again, because they did a bit where, because it's 3-on-2, so Mari was spinning Cat Mask, and Act was trying to block the other 2 members from breaking up the pins. So she always blocked one person, and the second person ran in and break up the pin. And Mari was screaming at her doing that, but they did it like 5 times or 6 times or something like that. And it was, okay, so you made Cat Mask into someone, and you just undid everything you did. And then, like, she was the losing member because she was the legal person during the stack.
She was at the bottom of the stack.
She was at the bottom of the stack. So, like, okay, it makes sense that the weaker members will be stacked up on hers to keep her down, but it maybe in theory, if you did not see the rest of the match, it would have worked. But I really did not like that it was Cat Mask who was in this match. I'm almost certain that it could have been anyone else, but I think this match was like 2 steps back after 1 big step forward from the Tap and Produce show.
Yeah, I agree. But it of course kept the champion going strong into Korakuen.
Yes, it did.
Even though she didn't need to, but yes. Moving on to the next match. Nagisa Shiotsuki and Natsuki, 2 wrestlers who are from separate factions, teaming up as a regular team here, having a joint entrance and all. They faced Teppen, Misa Matsui, and Naho Yamada. This was where this show got into gear for me. I really liked this match as as a match. It was very filled with high speed wrestling that these wrestlers are so good at. Finishing stretch between Misa and Natsuki was really engaging, and it ends up with Natsuki pinning Misa with a reversal from the La Magistral, and that is a big win for Natsuki, of course. It was a big upset. Misa was shocked. Everyone was shocked. And Natsuki, she, in my opinion, this month was definitely hers on the undercard. She was a big highlight on the undercard for me throughout the month. What do you think?
I really like this match. When the pin happened, I literally jumped up and down here at home while we were watching that, because I did not expect that. Like, look at this. Look at it. You know how it goes. If you have watched Japanese wrestling for long enough, doesn't matter if it's men's wrestling or women's wrestling, you look at a match, look at a match graphic, and you know who's pinning whom most of the time. Outside of like build-up matches towards the towards the title matches, or some of the upsets where a future challenger pins a champion and that gives them the title shot. If you look at this match graphic, which is not Nagisa Shiotsuki Natsuki versus Misa Matsui Naho Yamada, your mind immediately goes to Misa's probably pinning Nagisa, right?
Yeah, the former challenger for the title.
Exactly.
The most
faction
recent
leader
one.
is pinning Nagisa Shiotsuki, who is outside of her faction's confines, so she's with someone who is not her regular tag team partner, which means her regular tag team partner will not be able to save her. That's the kayfabe of the thing. That's the how wrestling works. But in this case, Natsuki pins Misa, which was complete surprise. It's a flash reversal of a flash roll up, but it's still a win over Misa Matsui, which is a big win for Natsuki. And it's not like a win from after beating her up via shenanigans or something like that. And my big note for this match is Natsuki delivered one of the best looking trios of foot stomps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she was as she always is. She is sick with those kicks and foot stomps. I remember after the match they had a promo where Natsuki asked for a singles match with Misa Matsui, and Misa accepted and immediately started doing the Teppen sign.
Yeah, because she is a brat and she stole the microphone time from Natsuki and took it away and tried to make it her own, even if she has lost. And so that was funny. That's like perfect Misa.
And Nagisa, who is part of Update Plus, had to keep with the Update Plus slash Teppen alliance and do the Teppen sign also.
Yes.
It was very funny.
but we had joked about that the Royal has like one missing slot, like someone, and this Nagisa, Shiotsuki, and Natsuki teaming up. It
might be a sign.
Yeah, it's something we should be keeping our eye on, because I think it would work. It can work, especially if we are starting to get this faction movement, which will be talk on the next show and the shows after that. We are like in this weird period where I don't know if it's like ActWres, if it's Fuka or Sakaguchi creating teams he thinks or they think will work, or if it's like something for the future to keep an eye on, or it's just random people thrown together. Like all three possibilities are like, or three things are possible. So we will see.
Then in the next match was a special singles match with the unsaid gimmick being that the winner of this match would earn a match with Miku Ano at Korakuen Hall. Naru versus Kanamic. Kanamic wins with the Mick Le Pont, which is her name for a German suplex, which is sick. A very sick German suplex. Kanamic, again, for me this month on the undercard, it was Natsuki and Kanamic who was shining the most, and this keeps that going. Kanamic really earns her match with Miku. I felt this was worked perfectly to these two strengths. It was full of high speed wrestling and a lot of insane bumps from Kanamic and Naru both. It was very good. What did you think?
Yeah, this was great. This was two great high speed wrestlers, two goblins. Not pure goblins. It's these are not real goblins. Not true. Not like Misai's. Kanami kinda is. Naru kinda is. Not fully. Going at it. Like it was showcase of what the ActWres dojo can produce out of people who are athletic, because Naru is supremely athletic, and who have decided that wrestling will be part of the repertoire while still not being their full-time career. This is not their full-time career, so they are still doing other stuff, and these women are better than a lot of people who consider wrestling their full-time career, which is like what I took away from this match, is that look at these two who train maybe one time a week, maybe 1 day a week, maybe for 2 hours, maybe, and like how good they are. They don't have many matches. What are they on 50? It's step 37, so step 37 is at the end of the month. So have they been booked on every show, and were there at least let's say 20 Osaka shows?
These two have not been booked on every show.
Yeah. So let's look at the cage match. So Kanami has 35 matches.
Yeah.
And Naru has
49.
So both of them are under 50. Naru just barely. And Kanami has 35 matches. How good is someone who is basically a rookie because they have under 100 matches compared to these two? Like, they are amazing comparatively to the reps they have. Like, it's I am at loss of words, because every time like something like this happens, I'm like, my mind is blown how good they are at the level of experience they have like been able to get. It's incredible.
Yeah. Kanamic really earns this win, and she gets the match with Miku, which is another story for itself, because that.
Yeah.
In this match, Naru with the moonsault, of course, try and unfortunately fail, but it was a sick fail. Naru is such a good high-speed wrestler. I was really like debating who I wanted to win here, because both of them kind of needed a performance against Miku. I hope Naru gets it in the future, because Kanamic definitely gained a lot from it.
You mean a great beating she did get?
Yes, of course. But that would be for later. We'll talk about Kanamic versus Miku later. Now, moving on to the main event, the match we knew was going to be on this show. Alan's self-booked match of her and Miku Ano going against Maru and Natsumi Sumikawa. Natsumi Sumikawa, of course, the upcoming challenger for Mari at Korakuen Hall. And Maru, of course, Alan's faction leader in Jadoshu. Very interesting match here. But Alan, in the end, takes the diving double knee drop from Natsumi to lose the match. But in this match, Alan got to prove that she can indeed wrestle and be a very good wrestler. Because, as we've said multiple times, Alan's story in this company, and probably the reason why she's leaving, is that she isn't booked on any shows almost. She's always just playing the manager for Jadoshu. And here we got to see her in the main event status and prove herself against some of the best, the veterans. And I thought she did very well here.
Yeah, it was a great match. It was like this undercutter who our group thought that she should be booked more because we really liked her, but for some reason she never was booked enough. Most of the time she was doing stuff outside of the ring, doing the managerial duties for the Jadoshu, running in, distracting the referee, using the umbrella with the snake on it, and it felt it felt like it was never enough.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I something in my throat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
I coughed out. I coughed out, and I'm fine. So, and in this match, like she has shown, it's the thing is, if you have watched this match without knowing the history of Alan, is that she was obviously a step behind everyone else. She didn't have enough big enough moveset or anything. She knows how to be a wrestler, but either is not allowed to do the moves or chooses not to do the moves or does not know the moves. So her part of the match was limited, which is, I can blame that on the lack of matches she had.
Yeah.
Same as I did clicked on the Kanamikon Naru. Let's see, he has had 33 matches. Okay, 32 because there's some mixed up Alan from 2007 who wrestled against someone who's called Laxidatra in PWA banned from television in Ontario, Canada. Anyway.
That is totally the same Alan.
Yeah, that's totally the same Alan from Ontario, Canada. So she had 32 matches through her 2-year career, which, let's say, this is step 37. There are Osaka shows. ActWres had maybe 65, maybe 70 shows through her career, and she wrestled on half of them. And it doesn't feel like she did.
No, because she was she was in the corner of the Jadoshi all the time.
Yes, and I felt it in this main event. It was obvious that she never got the chance.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that she got this match because she was good in this. And the post-match promo was emotional and was fun at the same time. And we build up to the main event at Korakuen Hall.
Yes.
The result.
Yeah, of course. Natsumi, of course, winning here makes sense. After match, I remember that this was such a good post-match thing here, because after the match, Jadoshi blames Miku for Alan losing the match, even though Alan got pinned, and they start beating her up, and Alan pins her while they count to 3, and her music starts playing. It was very funny. Very fun end to the show.
That's like perfect, like the perfect angle to do it there. Yeah. So that the undercard heel will get to be the absolute ace, as she called her before she did this, and she stole the free from her. So it was heartwarming and at the same time great. Like it's like perfect Jadoshu. It's why they are what they are. So that's very good.
Yeah. And then we move over to Osaka on the 16th of March 2024. On 316 day, in this opener, Marino Sayahara and Naho Yamada versus Budos Todoroki and Kiran of Jotoshu versus Beast Rebellion, Act, and Ayano Irie. Another three-way tag opener. Not as memorable as the one from the 11th, but this was the biggest thing I remember from this was Naho Yamada doing the stunner on 316 day because she knows. She totally is an attitude era knower. I doubt it.
Yeah, I also doubt it.
But yes, that was very funny. The finish of this was also very fun because Ayano Irie took Budos Todoroki in this backstabber submission hole and made her tap out by tapping her hand.
Yeah, that's perfect. The heel shenanigans.
But yeah, do you remember anything from this opener?
I don't think there's anything that happened in this match outside of my note. Kira and doing good, and then horrible. Because that's Kira and experience.
Yeah, that is the story of her career, as always.
She probably did some awesome kicks, and then she lost track or where she is in the ring. And then she did the thing that her and Budos sometimes do, but they forget how to tag in tag team match. So they tag like from the outside of the ring, or don't tag at all, or lose track who's legal, who's not. Probably that's why I wrote horrible. But before that, she kicked really good, so that's that.
Yeah. Then in the next match, a singles three-way this time. Me versus Shiaki versus Riko Fukunaga. Me gets interdicted into this kind of civil war between Shiaki and Riko in Beast Rebellion. And this ends with Shiaki hitting the Moon Wolf to Riko Fukunaga, her faction mate. The Moon Wolf is a kind of AA, inverted AA, the John Cena finisher.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Which sometimes looks like she's going to break the other person's nose.
Yeah, it always looks like she's going to do the burning hammer. And
yes.
We always get disappointed.
Yeah, and then we always drink again because we are at Osaka.
Yes, of course. Shiaki here dropped a new gear coming out here. Very funny because considering the next show was a Korakuen Hall, but it was a pretty sick looking gear here from Shiaki. And of course, me, the endless highlight in these kind of situations.
Yeah, she's like chaos incarnate. It's incredible how one person can be so chaotic. I don't understand it. How can you be who you are? Why are you who you are? Maybe that's the better question.
Of course, after this match, some storyline development happened. There was a promo, but we don't have the translation of it. But pretty much off screen, Riko Fukunaga left Beast Rebellion after this match.
We think, at least, like they were shouting at each other, and like Shiaki was berating Riko, and he was saying something about Ayano and me. So like there's this that she's happier with me, not with like the Beast Rebellion, and then that Riko is, I don't know if she's weak or something like that, and then Riko says, as I assume she says, that she's going to leave, and then Chiaki shouts something more, and like when she said it, I was like, okay, has she like dissolved this faction? Because that confused me, because that was like, that felt like she is saying that Beast Rebellion is no more, but I was happy to know that when the next show happened, the Korakuen Hall show, they still are members of the faction. The people who stayed in the Beast Rebellion, not Rico. Rico is no longer Beast Rebellion member.
Yeah. Which, of course, surprised us a lot when we got to Korakuen. Because we kind of missed it.
Like, Rico is no more in Beast Rebellion, but Beast Rebellion still exists. I was like, okay, so it still exists, but Rico is no more. Okay, so that promo had to mean that she's left. So we were like, okay, she left off screen.
Yes.
The issue is that we rely on transcriptions of the promos to translate, to use the auto translation, which is why our understanding of the promos is usually not great. We try, but neither of us speak Japanese. Like, I have some basic understanding of few words, not sentences, words. But it's wrestling, so you can usually get it by ActWrestling. Sometimes have, because they do scripts for the promos, because they are ActWresses, so they use words that are not usually used by wrestlers, which is usually very easy to understand. So, but this match means Riko Fukunaga is out of Beast Rebellion, which is interesting because she's the founding member.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting there.
Chiaki is the latest joinee, and outside of Arena Yamanaga.
Short run there.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Arena Yamanaga was in the next match, teaming up with Koki, taking on Update Plus, Konami, and Sakura Mitsushima.
The tag team Portuguese. Everyone was there.
Yes.
Everyone was represented there.
Yeah, we had here some fun tag team wrestling here, and it ends with Arena pinning Sakura with the MDMA finish, which is very cool. So I don't know if we'll talk about it here or at Korakuen maybe, but the arena will not be in ActWres Girls going forward, which is sad because she is such a highlight. This was the best match on the show for me. No, wait, the next one, but this was the second best for me.
It was so much fun because Arena and Koki are tall women, and Update Plus, Kaname and Sakura are small women. So we had this like the obvious dynamic between them.
Yeah, Velkej's favorite style.
Yeah, this is like my produce match. This is as if I produced this match. This is like someone booked it for me and me only. So we had this basic dynamic from the get-go. We had the sexual tension between Arena and Koki because we had sexual tension with Arena and other people every time. And then we had two wrestlers who are great at like this high speed, beaten up babyface style, and both Arena and Koki play really great with that. So we had so much fun with this match. It's like nothing that I would say you have to go out of your way to watch. That's not it.
Yeah.
That's the next match. But it was fun.
Yeah, and
a very fun Osaka show match.
And of course, this was the last time we saw Koki in her old gear, and Koki without ponytail.
Yes, she will be judged for forever, for eternity, about that choice of new hair.
So we move over to the singles match that was set up on the last show leading into this. Miso Matsui versus Natsuki. I almost wish that they had saved this for Korakuen, but here it stood out even more than they could have done on Korakuen, I guess. So I'm fine with it. This, of course, ended with Misa getting her revenge on getting pinned earlier in the week by Natsuki by doing the European clutch in a finishing stretch here. But what a standout performance from Natsuki here against Misa. I thought this was so well done. Misa, as I've said multiple times, is one of the best wrestlers in this company, and Natsuki getting to prove herself against a veteran like Misa here was so good. And they worked the high-speed style that you expect from Misa Matsui mixed with the hard-hitting kicks that Natsuki throws, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was the best match on the show. Again, if we do you have time only for one match, go watch this match because it's a great match, just a great match. It works within the elevation of Natsuki, the slow elevation of Natsuki, and it works with Misa to get a big win, comparatively big win, because Natsuki was built up by beating her, and then we get this highlight for Misa, for both Misa and Natsuki. Like, I don't think I can find any fault in this match, in its place on the card, in its place on what show it was on, how it was done, everything about it was great, thought through and great. And I'm really looking forward Natsuki's more of Natsuki's development, because she is. I don't think she can get better, like how wrestling is. I don't think she can get better. Technically, she has everything bed down. Now it's just the case of, let's see if the promotion, if the company lets her be the champion. Because I think she can be a champion. I think she can be a champion without any issue right now, as we stand right now here on 5th of April. I think she can be a champion next year. Start of the next year, if she's the champion, I would have no issues there.
As I said when Mari won the title, I really wanted Natsuki to face Mari for the title.
Yeah, that would be very good.
I really, really wanted it, but of course, I didn't get it. Spoilers for Korakuen. But
spoilers for a show that happened 14 days ago. Nah.
And we're going to talk about it 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
Yeah. Natsuki really shine here. Misa getting her win back is understandable. That is
and it's
normal
good.
50-50 booking.
Yeah, that's how it should work. That's exactly how it should work.
And of course, that moves on to the main event, which was a preview for the Korakuen Hall main event. And here we had Miku Ano, the former AWG champion, teaming up with the current AWG champion, Mari, facing off against the Royal Natsumi Sumikawa and Shika Goto. Of course, the main story here was to build up Mari versus Natsumi. So they had a lot of good previous spots here. I don't remember that much from this main event, except it was a very well done preview. Mari and Miku kicking Shika's ass, of course, was a big highlight. And in the end here, sliding lariat gets the win for Miku to Chika Goto. So neither Mari or Natsumi took the pin going into Korakuen, which is, of course, understandable.
Yes. Before we started recording, some backstage info, I asked Sondre what he remembered from this match, because I remember nothing from this match, because it was just so basic. It was there were kicks between Mari and Natsumi, between Miku and Natsumi. The war crimes they do on each other's thighs while they kick each other is that will always be a highlight for me. But outside of that, I remember nothing from this match, because I think it was really, really basic, preview tag for the main event of the next show. And even the time of the match, the 30-minute time, is the tradition of the Osaka semi-main event being much more important and better match than the main event continues.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out, before we leave Osaka, shout out to the Taiji Ishimori banner, of course, and the newly acquired banner for the 172 box. Blue Misawa.
Blue Misawa. No context, people.
No context. Moving on to Korakuen Hall, Act Wrestling in Korakuen Hall on the 24th of March 2024. Not we don't have the attendance, but it looked like a pretty decent crowd here. Looked better than the Ice Cream in Korakuen shooting.
Pew 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 pew.
But of course, this was the first Korakuen of 2024. They have, I think they have only 4 Korakuens this year, in just like last year.
Yeah.
This one, of course, in March. Then they have one in August, then one in October, and then one at the end of the year.
That's a good schedule. I like the schedule, especially with the unit produced shows in January. That really helped because we like pushed the storyline development a month ahead, which was really great decision from them, by the way.
Yeah. So here in the opener, we had Nagisa Shiotsuki and Natsuki teaming up again, setting up that they are an established team now, facing Shiaki and newly debuting rookie Hinata Shioyo. Here, I love the entrances here because they all had new gear. Shiaki, of course, had debuted at Osaka, but Natsuki and Nagisa had new gear here. I really liked Natsuki's hoodie, which had a pig like hood, which was very cool.
Very, very cool and cute at the same time.
And Shiaki coming out with this bounty hunter gear, and the rookie looking like a Disney princess. It was so funny. It looked like Shiaki was kidnapping this poor girl.
It was very good because her gear reminded me of Princess Leia.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, so is Chiaki dropping her bounty off to Jabba the Hutt or something like that?
It legit felt like that because
yes,
Shiaki's new gear looks like a sci-fi bounty hunter. It is so cool.
It's a sci-fi bounty hunter transferred towards a wrestling gear.
Yeah,
and it's such a great development from the tomboyish blonde hair Chiaki with the dog plushie she was with like the one leg short and one leg long. You know what gear I mean? The asymmetrical legs. And she was like this tomboy, and now she's this badass. Like, what can happen to a person if they are in Beast Rebellion for 2 years?
Yeah.
What being with Agdi does to Chiaki?
So this match went 8 minutes and 23 seconds, and we don't have anything to judge this new rookie on, Hinata Shia.
No.
She takes the pin to Natsuki with the cutie special here in the finish, but during the match, all the offense we had seen from Hinata, she got beaten up the whole match, and we only saw 3 offensive moves from her. One forearm, 1 dropkick, and 1 roll-up. And that was it.
Yes. We were counting while we were watching, because it started and she did nothing. And then I was like, okay, will she do anything? Will we see something? And then when she did her first dropkick, which was like, nothing special dropkick, was like, oh, she did a dropkick, let's go. And then she did the elbow, then she was waiting for something to happen, and then she did a roll up, and then she got beat. But that's fine, because we have a established tag team who has tag team offense even, so...
Yeah, Nagisa and Natsuki killed this poor girl when she was in the ring.
Yeah, they did the chasing the dragon combo, but with chop. Kick and chop. They did kick and chop. And I was asking while we were watching, how's it called? And it's like Nagisa is chopping above and Natsuki is kicking below. And it's awesome. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. I really like this opener. It was very fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what more Hinata can do, because right now she can do nothing. But we move over to the next match. Naru, Riku Fukunaga, babyface Riku Fukunaga, and Sakura Mitsushima versus Shadoshu, Bulldozer Todoroki, Maru, and the woman who beat Miku Ano in a hair versus hair match, in a haircut match, Kyoko Iwai. Kyoko Iwai is back here, and she does not get the win. She actually takes the pin when Rico wins with the passion roll up. Shout out UT. You will not get that for
Of course she lost. It's, on the one hand, I praise ActWres for the booking, for the storytelling, and on the other hand, we have Kyoko Iwai, who beats the Eternal Ace, takes her hair. Okay, she makes her get a haircut. Yes. And then she disappears for almost a month. And when she comes back, she loses the match. Korakuen Hall, I don't know what to do with this woman. I'm just eternally confused by her. Kyoka, please. Please.
What did you think about Riku Fukunaga as a babyface here? This was our first taste of her being a babyface.
I think that because that's one of the things that we never noticed while she was injured. She is extremely tiny. She's probably the smallest member on the roster.
She's just as tall as Naru and Sakura.
Naru is taller than her. Naru is tallest of the small women.
Yeah. I guess she has longer arms than Sakura, so she looks taller than her.
Yeah. I think she just looks taller. But I don't think she's taller. And while she was managerial member of Beast Rebellion, it was never apparent. When she came back, I never really noticed it until Chiaki started berating her, and I realized she's very tiny. I'm not sure this is going to work. And they decided to split her from the Beast Rebellion. And I think it will work for her. Now, she was special while she was in Beasts. Will she still be special if she's going to be in these multi-woman tags where she's nothing special?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We will have to see. Right now, we have the resolution of the story. We will have to wait what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I think she. Of course, she formed a tag team after the show in the tag tournament, but I think she is going to develop a lot throughout April now, and already after her first match her second match as a babyface after the show, after Korakuen, I thought she did much better there to stand out with when she teamed with Konami. I hear her opponents unfortunately shine better than her for me. Yeah. Naru, of course, always a highlight for me. Sakura, one of my favorites on the roster, so I always...
That's the big issue. She is standing there with Naru and Sakura against Jadoshu, who are completely different than her. There are 6 women there in the ring. They don't have enough time. The issue is how ActWres do the Korakuen Hall shows.
Yeah. Speaking of, because if you don't have much to say about this match, we can move on to the 3-way 8-woman tag. This was so much people just in this match because, of course, we got to get everyone on the card.
It's 12 people in one match. 12 people.
Yeah, and not like. If we go back to the Tormon days, where it's good people,
it's just
these are just jobbers. So here we had Alan.
Jobbers.
Her last. This will go down as her last match in ActWres. Alan, Great Osako, Kira Ann, and Nene Arata. So of course a heel team here. Two members of I guess Great Osako counts as a heel when she does the Muto gimmick. Versus Katniss Calico, Marina Sayahara, Renson, and Yufa. So eternal losers here, jobbers. But jobbers that can be doing much more.
Yes.
And then rookies and
Haruka.
yeah. Shia Oba, Haruka Ishikawa, Nanami Togi, who again only wrestles on the Corkins, and finally back after not wrestling since the first show of the year, Yui Tenshuko, the Nepo baby.
It's the Nepo baby return. What we were waiting for so long. It's very funny looking back how we called her Nepo baby, and that we see big things for her in her future, and then she disappears for 3 months.
Yeah. Sounds about right for me for my predictions.
Yes, and we have return of Haruka Ishikawa, who, by the way, because we will be talking about it, she won the last tag team tournament.
Yeah, with Mario, of course, but
yeah, with Mario, but she won the last tag team tournament.
Yeah. The finish of this match
for a year.
Yeah, the finish of this match. Kira Ann hits the Buddha snake shot, which is her diving double knees, to Renson, where she does the diving double knees, where she does this weird like teacup thing with her hands. Yeah, this was full of gimmicks. Very much Great Osako bits here, and here it kind of worked. The Great Osako bits worked because it had been a good month since we'd seen it last.
I think it's been longer, wasn't it? Last on the there was produced shows, and after that it was not on.
The last time we saw it was the Miko Ano match, I think.
Yeah. That's fine. Like that's okay. Do it like once a 3 months. Not do it every show, which is why it lost its luster.
One thing I noted down here is that this is probably the first match in Katniss Calico's career where she is legit the best in-ring worker of all the members of the match.
Yes. Yeah. And I can buy that because she had the best performance out of all of them in this year.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Nene was fine against Chiaki in their singles match, but I think Katmask was much better in the gauntlet she did. Because the match against Mari was amazing.
Yeah, but this, of course, mostly was just to get everyone on the card.
Yes, 12 people on the card in 10 minutes. Great job out of everyone.
Yeah, and then we move over to the next match. ACT and Irina Yamanaka versus Misa Matsui and Naho Yamada of Teppen. This is the last match of Irina Yamanaka in ActWres Girls. Sadly, a great run for her, and she ends it with a great match here. She gets pinned, unfortunately for her, by Misa Matsui with a bridge pin. Like kind of reverse European clutch. And for me, this match was such a good step up from the rest of the match on the so far on this card. This was when the work rate started going on this show. Man, that rider kick that Irina Yamanaka does. Holy shit.
It's so good. It's so good. I will miss her. She is a spot wrestler. She does great spots. And you need to have great spot wrestler to fill out your roster. You can have the character wrestlers, you can have the comedy wrestlers, you can have this mad-bait wrestling, you can have powerhouses, but you also have to have dumb spot wrestlers who physically can do amazing spots, but maybe are not great at the rest of wrestling stuff. And Arena also adds this presence to her. So when she's in the ring, you have to watch her, you have to follow her, because she, I think she's a yoga instructor and does the bodybuilding thing with Best Body Japan. She has great control of her own body. and because of the Best Body Japan and the posing and the competitions in the posing, she is striking. Like when she's in the ring, she knows how to get your attention and keep your attention on her. And I will miss her dearly because maybe she's not the greatest wrestler. I don't care. Like do a few great spots, look good while doing them, be cool, do good spots. That's a mark of great pro wrestler. I don't need you to have like connecting tissue and so on. If you fill the role of cool wrestler who does cool moves and look cool doing the cool moves, that's enough. I don't need more. There's this one spot in this match where it's STF into a knee submission. I think it was it STF on Act and then Act reverses it to a knee? No, it's is that was that Misa doing STF to Act?
It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it was STF reversed into a knee submission, then reversed into another knee submission. It was so good. It was so well done. I love that. Like I don't think I've ever seen like anything like done it that way. It was for me for the first time, or I've seen it like a long time ago, which is also possible. But
Yeah.
I love this match. If you cannot tell, I love this match. And this is like basically a match that like separates the undercard from the mid card and the main event. Because above from this, we get good matches. Underneath, we get not good matches, just getting everyone on the card.
This is the match where I recommend everyone to start the show here.
Yes.
Start the show with this match and watch it to the end, and you will have a good time. After the match, Misa Matsui took to the mic and thanked the crowd for being here, and was very happy for winning in Korakuen. She, of course, this is the first show in Korakuen since Ashai passed away. So she, of course, paid tribute to her and said, Matsui has one thing to say to Ashai, and everyone in the crowd and the actresses around the ring said what, and Misa said, Ashai, thank you so far. We will continue to move forward from here. Let's go. Teppen. While of course doing the Teppen sign to the sky. Very emotional finish, like promo here, and one of the most emotional Teppen salutes I have seen. Very fun. I'm so glad that they are like. Of course, Ashai is going to be mentioned on almost every episode we do this year.
Yes.
And she will always be here with the wrestlers and with the fans. So it's important to say goodbye here. And of course, I really like the shirt they have for her, the tribute shirt. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's the cheapest shirt they can produce to pay for the production, and they made it as cheap as possible, so as many people can buy it as possible. They wanted to like give money to the parents or something like that, but the parents declined, so they decided to make it as cheap as possible, so they do not keep any money. So people can buy it and like wear it for themselves, and it's nobody else, because Asai cannot get any money and her family cannot get any money from the shirt, so they decided that they will not keep any money. Which, while I usually slander Sakaguchi as a slime ball, I think this is a class act, because he probably could have tried to make some money out of that.
Yeah.
Decided against that, and I have to say, good on you, Sakaguchi and ActWres girls. That's
very good.
A class act. Yes.
And then we move over to the next match, which broke our friend's Yannick's brain when he saw this. This is one of his favorite matches of the year. It is Miko Ano versus Konami. 9 minutes and 2 seconds, lariat to Konami gets the win after a amazing amazing underdog performance versus the eternal ace, as she is proclaimed, Miku Ano. Konami here fought tooth and nail to try and get some offense here off. Of course, she got some offense done, but you cannot beat Miku Ano. This was, from the start of this match, this was murder. It was so quickly paced, very, very similar to Katniss Korakuen Mari from earlier this year. I really, really like this match. And I think you agree, of course. Konami, you have earned respect after this, and she definitely is someone to look out for now. What do you think about this match?
She has earned not just respect, but also very sore body for at least 5 days. Because Miku decided that she will inflict her own brand of violence and pain on Kanamik. Kanamik did try to give her back with the sentons, because as we all know, Kanamik is a shooter. When she does the senton, she shoots on you. She will try to use all of her weight to inflict as much pain as possible, because she is a very small woman, so muscly but small, so she will have to use all of her weight to hit you. There is no cowardly, I will hit my butt onto the mat and then slightly hit you with my back while I'm doing the senton. No. All of her body weight hits your body. I love this match. This match is for free on YouTube, so even if you are listening to us waffle about ActWres and their March, and if you do not watch anything at all, and I mean anything, watch this match. There's one, and we have title match coming up. There's one singular essential ActWres Girls match from March, and it's this one, because it's the easiest to understand match that there is.
Yes.
Overpowering ace and plucky underdog. That's all. Like, you don't need to know
it's condensed
anything.
to under 10 minutes.
Yes. You don't need to know anything at all about the match. Like, anything. It's just that is. Like, it's just that. That's all. And it works. Because if you know more about that, you knew even before they started doing their entrances what you are going to watch. And they gave you exactly what they promised. So I have literally zero notes about this match, and I implore everyone to watch it.
Yeah, I agree. And then after you've watched it, go and read Yannick's thread on the entire thing where he gushes about it. Dude was losing his mind.
Yeah,
of course, at Spadoosh on Twitter. Then we move over to the next match. Ayano Ire and me. Ayano Ire teaming up with her original teammate, me, versus the Royal Shikagoto and Koki. Ponytail Koki has entered.
Not my Koki.
Yes. Very cool, very, very cool gear. The ponytail is so off-putting. It looks nothing like Koki. It's weird. Axe Bomber from Shikagoto on me gets the win here in a very, very solid tag match before the main event. I'm glad this was like a match between the two singles matches. It felt like a good breather between the two.
Yeah. Do you think that it's possible that this is going to be a tag team title match in like year and a half or something like that?
Year and a half, maybe. I don't know. I can't tell who's gonna win the tournament.
But if the tag titles were already established, Do you think this matchup would have been semi-main event on Korakuen Hall
Maybe.
for the tag titles?
I think
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, with enough build, now that they're going back to babyface Ayano Irie, I think they can definitely do that as the semifinal.
Yeah.
But of course, this was a bit random because we didn't expect Ayano Irie to come out in their babyface gear.
Yeah, it's weird because, as I said, the dissolution of Beast Rebellion continues. Like, and now Ayano Irie is teaming up with her old tag team partner. It makes sense because they are teaming up for the tag title tournament.
Yes.
We will see what the next step of this is, but this felt weird. Like, this match, of course, I have issue with Koki's long hair. But can be helped. She decided she's going to put on a ponytail. What I can do about it, I can just whine, that's all. But this match felt, after this spirited babyface performance of Kanamik, this felt weak.
Yeah, it felt like weak semi-main.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. It's like a calm down match, a cool down match.
Yeah.
But that's semi-main event of Korakuen Hall. That should not be a cool down match. That's not what normally happens. So that's why I'm asking, do you think this is going to be semi-main event for the tag titles? Like this specific match? Is it possible that this specific match could be a semi-main event for tag titles in future? Or do you think it's bad?
As I said, with the right build, yes, but not if it was this.
Yeah, so basically what I mean is that this match sprang out of randomness, seemingly.
Yeah.
And it is a thing that I don't think I said it out loud, but I think March was weak month for ActWres girls before the Korakuen. Even the Korakuen was on the weaker side, I think.
Yes, it was. In my opinion, I'm glad you said it because I thought Korakuen, this first Korakuen was definitely on the weaker side compared to the last year's Korakuen.
Yeah. It's the main event is great. We will talk about it soon. But the semi-main event is, as I said, a weird match. It's just 10 minutes. It's like this weird team up of Ayano Irie and me. It's after this really good, really great, I said, essential match of March for ActWres with Miku and Kanamik. We had really fun with the mid-card of Teppen versus Act and Arena. But before that, it was just to get people on the card, nothing more.
Yeah.
Just the gear of the people in the first match, in the opener, and the debut of new rookie. That's not selling me on the show. So,
however, this show was eventful. This was an eventful Korakuen.
It was weaker Korakuen, but eventful, and we had steps forward in the stories of ActWres. But this match does not feel like semi-main event of Korakuen Hall.
Yeah, I agree. After the match, I don't remember that much from the match itself.
No, I remember nothing about this match.
Just that I was very confused at why Ayano was in her old babyface gear. But it definitely set up that they are doing a proper tag division now and not just random tags. Because after the match, Act came out and basically said the belt match in the next match is not the only thing that's exciting. She would like to have a tag tournament this year. So Act has booked a tag tournament this year. And we already have some teams proclaimed. Koki and Shikagoto seems to be one of them. Ayano Irie and me seems to be one of them. Natsuki and Nagisa Shiotsuki seems like to be one of them. Teppen announced on Twitter, Mizumatsu announced on Twitter that they are going to win the tournament, so they are definitely one of them. Maru and Kyoko Iwai are also have also proclaimed the same thing. So we have 6 teams here. No, yeah, we have 6 teams confirmed here already.
There's the 6 teams coming out of directly out of Art's promo, and then she said, and then etc.
Yeah, and then she definitely
be funny bit afterwards in the after main event because that was funny.
Yeah, and finally, we are doing the tag belts back in ActWres Girls, and we've been asking for it forever.
Yeah,
last year, Misa Matsuya and Ashai was the unofficial tag champs throughout the year.
Yeah. It was like we were talking about it when in November. I think we were talking about it in November.
On the first episode of this show.
Yeah, we were saying like, okay, maybe they will do it for the Korakuen Hall, so they will end the year on a high note with look at this semi-main event that's booked. That could be for the tag titles. Then you can do the tournament in the winter, and then have the winners of the tournament face the inaugural champions on the first Korakuen Hall of the year, which would be this Korakuen Hall. They did not do that. They decided that they will do a tournament that will start from the next show, and we had 6 tag teams, which are kind of big. It's a mix of main eventers and mid-carders. It's a mix. It's a good mix. I like the teams. There's no team that I do not like. Nagisa and Natsuki. Nagisa, join the Royal already, please. We need you. They even have a name, Midsummer Shiokaze. I'm not sure what Shio is, but Kaze is a wind, so maybe Midsummer Evening Breeze, maybe something like that. That's a cool name, isn't it? Cool name.
Yeah.
And then we have the really good Teppen team. I love that Teppen team. I'm not sure about Maru Kyoka from Jidoshu. It's the better choice. It's the best choice.
It's definitely the best they could do from Jidoshu.
Yes. And then we have Twin Towers, which is great team. And was that on this show where wasn't there like something about the miscommunication between Chika and Koki?
I don't remember that, but maybe. I don't have that in my notes.
Yeah, there's something like look, I'm still onto the Koki can turn heel, but she has a new gear. My hopes are dashed again. It's done. It's over. It's done.
I mean, the gear can be a heel gear.
It cannot be a heel gear. It's too babyfacey. It's too cool, babyfacey. It's too royal.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
It's royal, yeah.
But of course, we'll see how it all goes. But we have some teams already made. But of course, that's one of the tag tournaments. that's the tag title tournament.
Yes.
What they announced after the show was that they are going to do a preliminary tournament.
Tournament to get into the tournament.
A tournament to get into the tournament. That is going to be taking off starting off on the last show of March, which we'll talk about in a bit. But first, let's talk about the main event of Korakuen Hall, the AWG title match of Mari, the champion, trying to go for V2, but failing against Natsumi Sumikawa. After 15 minutes and 24 seconds, Natsumi Sumikawa hits the diving double knee drop to become the 3rd AWG champion since the restarts. Natsumi Sumikawa, first, I just want to say this. Natsumi Sumikawa does the reverse. She wins a Stardom title before she wins the AWG title. Normally, it goes the other way around. Of course, there is a 10-year difference between the title reigns, but still, I had to say that.
Yeah.
Velkej,
I,
what do you think about this match?
I was not spoiled on this result when we watched the match. I was speechless when it ended. Natsumi Sumikawa is my favorite wrestler in ActWres Girls. She is my favorite wrestler in ActWres Girls. I don't have dream matches. I don't do dream matches. I don't do fantasy booking. But if there is one wrestler that I want to see wrestle my other favorite wrestlers all around the world, it's Natsumi Sumikawa. Like, give me Shuri versus Natsumi Sumikawa. Give me Utami versus Natsumi Sumikawa. Give me anyone versus Natsumi Sumikawa. I think she's the best. I love it. And so far, we did not have a theme song going into our little audio show we do here, but we use the royal theme song because it's free.
Yep.
And they use it for their entrances, and I love it. And the royal has a champion. Natsumi Sumikawa is a champion of the ActWres Girls. And she's the best, and she will lead us towards the future. Ninja is defeated. She can go back to the mid card, beating up rookies, which is what she does the best. She's literally the best at that. She's better than She's better than Miku at it because she's so good at being veteran. But Natsumi Sumikawa is the true champion of the promotion, and I am so happy about that. I put it into my match of the year list, candidate list. I'm not sure if it's going to survive or not because it's much more about result than the match itself. Because as I said, I was not spoiled about it, and I was like speechless when it ended. But if we talk about the match, the intensity and how hard they hit each other with everything they did, they are basically on the same level. So there's no like scrappy underdog or bully in this match. There's just this two veterans doing the veteran stuff.
What this match was for me, I said it right before the bell rung. This match is disguised as Shuri versus Fuka.
Yeah.
Because it is Mari trained by Shuri, of course, and Natsumi Sumikawa trained by Fuka. Around the same time they were trained. They debuted around the same time, both these two wrestlers, but in separate places, of course. Mari
in Reina.
Mari and Reina, and Natsumi in Stardom, of course. But it really felt like I was watching Shuri and Fuka's styles clash, which are very similar, but have some differences.
They're very similar but different, and they basically inform the promotion style because they feel like they are the teachers.
Yeah.
So these are like with Miku, who is the ace, and will be the ace. I do not claim that Natsumi is the ace of the promotion. I'm not saying that. She's the champion. She's not the ace because that's Miku. That is Miku. And it will be Miku for some time. Natsumi will have to try much harder to become the ace. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
But these were the trainers, the veterans, and the match they did, it's not like someone was like on top of the other. It's 50-50 match the whole time because they know each other so well, because they trained the rest of the roster and they've watched each other wrestle so many times and wrestled each other so many times. It's like this two people on the same level, and one of them was just a little better at the end. Just a little better. And it's, you don't get this often. Like the match they did, but there were no great big. For example, Stardom. Stardom suffers from the bomb fests. That's not what they did because they do not have the foundation built for the bomb fest. the promotion styles is different.
Yeah.
And you do not have these dramatic kickouts or something. This is just 15 minutes of two people kicking the ever-loving shit out of each other, and then one of them wins because they are better on this day. Next time, Mari is better than Natsumi. Maybe if they face each other again, Mari can win.
Yeah. As I said throughout the Miku reign, and this goes true for the Mario reign as well, and for this match, all of these matches feel so much like the red belt matches of the mid 2010s. They are always condensed into under 20 minutes. They always feel like they're hitting just the right kind of speed and drama. It always feels such like what I like from Joshi Pro Wrestling. And here, of course, it continued that I was shocked it only went 15 minutes, but it didn't need to go longer.
No.
Like, of course, there were some things I would have liked to see in this match. For example, I really missed Natsumi doing the Somato and then doing the double knee drop.
Yeah.
Why didn't that happen?
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that's the only bad thing I have to say.
The one thing where it looks like she's going to do Somato to the outside.
Yeah.
Well, she was on the apron, and we were all like, "Is she going to do Somato to the outside?" And then she did not. But if she was in Stardom, she would have done that. Yeah. Because before she would had to do that because that's the style in Stardom there. Momo does that. Momo does Somato to the outside from the apron. Or maybe not anymore, but she did. Like when she was against Shuri, she did it. Like, so it's like this. This is just like this 15 minutes of violence and one-upsmanship, but without anyone being stronger than the other person.
Yeah.
Which is something that's like, I'm not sure if other promotions they can do this like regularly, because it's the same as Miku versus Mari. That was the same match.
Yeah.
Misa was different. Misa was completely different match. That was completely different. It was Misa dodging all of Mari's big stuff, and when she stopped being able to dodge it, Mari won.
Yeah. One of the big moments here that I remember so well was Mari missing a kick, then saying, "No, that's not me," and immediately kicking as hard as possible.
Yeah. They did not do what they did. I don't know if it was in Osaka or it was on the next show, where they kicked each other so hard into the leg, like when they do the leg kicks, where the other person sat down. Or was that in this match? Did they do it in this match or in the next one? Or the previous one? I think they did it in Osaka, where Mari kicked Natsumi so hard that Natsumi sat down, and then Natsumi stood up, kicked her as hard as possible, and Mari sat down. Yeah, they did that in this match.
But yeah, this was a very good main event. A very strong main event. Probably the match of the month for me.
I think it's the best match of the month, but it's not the essential match. As I said, the Miku versus Kanamik is the essential match for me.
There is a match that is in competition with it, and that was on the last show of the month.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about now. Well, first, anything you want to say about Korakuen?
Yes. That was the post-match promo where Natsumi said that she won the title, and that it took 10 years for that to happen. She was not able to do it. She now understands how she's able to do it, and she thanked everyone who supported her, the customers and the wrestlers and her friends. And then she looks at But, and it was like kind of hinted that she wanted to challenge Act for the next time because they are from Stardom, both of them.
Yeah.
But Goto Chica, because she's in Royal and Act is in Beast Rebellion, Goto Chica was seconding Natsumi Sumikawa throughout the match. So Goto Chica was closer to the ring. So when Natsumi looked at Act, Goto thought she's looking at her.
Yes.
So she ran into the ring, crying her eyes out, and saying that she won and that she wanted to challenge Natsumi. And Natsumi, in her best tired mom expression, she's great at this. That's her best trait. She thanked her, but said, "No, it's fine. Is it okay? I don't want to be, I don't want to have such an easy opponent." And Chica is, it's a points match, isn't it? Chica is maybe stronger than you think, Natsumi-san. And that killed me. That completely killed me because that's such a perfect Chica line.
Yeah. Also mentioned during this post-match promo was Natsumi Sumikawa noticing that the Royal members are all in tag teams for the tag title tournament. So she realized that she doesn't have a partner for the tag title tournament,
and she wants to win the second belt because she wants to be the double title.
Yes.
Because she's greedy.
Yes. So she said, "You know what? I'm gonna take the first AWG champion as my partner," and she and Miku Ono agreed that they are gonna be a team in the tournament. That is the most overpowered team you could get a hold of.
Yes, and the roster members know it.
Yes.
The reaction from the roster members, where they were, "Oh no, that's so unfair! Why would you do this? That's unfair! Please no!" That was so good. It was like we had this emotional confession of Natsumi Sumikawa, the emotional thank you of her. Then we go into the comedy of Chika Goto being the first challenger. I don't think she's going to challenge, but the funny bit is that she thinks she's going to challenge for the title. And then continuation of the tag team tournament build-up and getting one of the most powerful teams you can get. Because of course you do.
And of course, Act, who is organizing this tag tournament, immediately said, "No, wait, you are a super team. That's not allowed." So she said, "You know what? If you guys are going to form a super team, I'm also going to form a super team. Hey, Mari."
Yes.
So Mari and Act formed the tag team for the tag title tournament. So now there are, of course, the two most overpowered teams are the two veteran teams of Natsumi Sumikawa, Miku Ano, and Act and Mari. I have a feeling that they will dominate the sides of the tournament if they do like the single elimination.
The thing is that you can do quickie roll up of the championship team.
Yeah.
And establish a challenge for Natsumi.
Yeah.
Which would be fine, and you can get Mari and Act into the finals, which would also be fine.
And of course, then they confirmed that is the 7 teams. Everything else is okay set up, but then Todoroki came out and said, "No, you need to give the young stars a chance," and that set up the preliminary tag tournament, which consists of mostly lesser pushed wrestlers.
Yes, that's why Haruka Ishikawa was back, because she's going to be in the next tag team tournament because she's the winner of the previous tag team tournament.
And she lost in the first round.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, with the first 3 matches of this preliminary tournament happened on the last show of March, which was back in Shinkiba for Act Wrestling Step 37 on the 29th of March 2024. this was, of course, Alan's last show with AWG, and she wasn't even wrestling on the card.
Because
Story of her run.
that's how Alan rolls. She is not
Yep.
wrestling on the last show of her run.
So the first 3 matches on this show were all of the rookie, the preliminary tournament. It had in the first match the team of Haruka Ishikawa and Yu Tenchuko versus Rensan and Yufa. Rensan special Okahama role gets the win for Rensan and Yufa, and Haruka Ishikawa does not keep her tag tournament streak going.
I am very disappointed that they did not do the bait of her getting to the next tournament, because that would be very funny. Especially considering that she's teaming with Yui Tenchoku. You'd think that Yui would be pushed, but no.
Like last year, it felt like she was going to be pushed.
No, she's just a jobber in the opening match. What is going on, ActWres? Explain yourself to me.
They can't. But yeah, they advanced there. I don't have that much to say about the match. It didn't really say anything here.
It's it's clowns beating up jobbers. Haruka obviously has not been wrestling. She is as basic as they go, and she has regressed because she was not wrestling. So, sadly, what can be said? And Yui Tenchoku has been out for 3 months, and before that she was in for 3 months. So
yeah,
it's hard.
Then the next match was, of course, again a round 1 of the preliminary tag tournament. Sakura Mizushima and Shia Oba, which is a random team. I don't understand why Sakura Mizushima doesn't have a partner.
Because I think wrestlers. There's not enough wrestlers for her to team up.
I guess. Versus Bulldozer Todoroki and Great Asako, of course, a clear gimmick team here. And you could the whole match was just a gimmick comedy stuff. Sakura Mizushima wins with a smile 120% schoolboy on Bulldozer Todoroki, which was very good. Good.
Yeah, but it didn't work as a proper roll-up because Bulldozer Todoroki doesn't know how to do a proper roll-up.
Yep.
At least that was comedic, and then Sakura Mizushima, then The Miz kicked Bulldozer Todoroki out of the ring because she was pissed that her move didn't work exactly as she wanted. She's becoming a real wrestler, mate. She's becoming a real wrestler. She knows how to protect her moves. She gave her a receipt. I love it.
Of course, we don't have that much to say about the first 2 matches on this show, but the last preliminary tag tournament first round match on this show, I have a lot to say about because I really, really like this match. It was Naru and Marina Sayahara versus Rico Fukunaga and Rikomic, as they call themselves, which was very good. Konamic wins after 8 minutes and 58 seconds with the rolling murder mix senton, as I have named it. Very fitting name to Marina Sayahara, who had new gear here. And yeah, I thought everyone in this match did such a good job. It really showed off that they wanted to get into the real tournament.
Yes.
And I thought they really did a well job here. Marina Sayahara with the new gear looked very, very fresh, and she definitely stood out here for me. What do you think about this match?
I really liked it. I like both of these teams. I like the idea of Marino Sayahara and Naru, because Marino is the powerhouse, Naru is the speedster and the jumper. And I think Marino has such potential, and I want her to get booked more outside of the clusterfucks, like on the last Korakuen Hall show. This tag team has such potential. I'm almost sad that they faced each other because one of them is out now, and I'm not sure if they are going to keep if they are going to keep them together, Marino and Naru. And it would be such a shame if they did not. And Rikomik, love the name, love it. It's such a great name. And Riko Fukunaga stealing the ninja kick from Chris Wolf, as we have seen. Have you seen the video Fuka posted yesterday or today?
No.
Oh, she posted herself and Chris Wolf training together in kickboxing, and added a text that everything Chris Wolf did turned into wrestling in the end. And they are training kickboxing, and Chris Wolf does the rolling ninja kick, like the where she's on one knee and kicks you from behind the head. That's Chris Wolf move. Chris Wolf.
Yeah.
I completely forget she did that because it's been very long time.
It's been a long time since we watched Chris Wolf. Yeah.
2018, I think. So 6 years now. It's been 6 years. Maybe 5 years. Maybe she retired at the WrestleMania 2019 or whatever. One of the WrestleManias.
Yeah.
So it's either 5 years or 6 years. And so it's been quite a long time, and Riko Fukunaga is like using her move. It's such a good move.
Yeah.
She just needs to get it a little quicker to get more spice on it, and it will be great. So I like both teams. I'm sad that one of them is possibly over, and I would like them to continue.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking at this right now, and maybe can Chris Wolf just come back? Actress skills? Yes.
No, I think she's happy to be gardener or whatever she is.
Yeah, yes.
She's like close to you in Norway, somewhere in Norway.
She lives in Oslo, so she's actually closer to you than she is to me because Norway is very long.
God damn it, Chris.
But yeah, that was a very fun match. I hope Marina Sayahara and Naru is going to team up more in the future, because that's a pretty good team and a natural pairing.
Yeah,
but
and also, sorry, Marino, thank you for finally getting a normal wrestling gear.
Yes.
Thank God. Like, I like that you are a cosplayer, that you wanted to cosplay a fucking Squirrel Girl, but done. It's done. Over. Move on. Be a wrestler now, please.
So, for me, I think it's pretty clear that Rico Mick should win this preliminary tournament.
Yes, they should.
They will fit in naturally as an underdog team in the actual tournament.
And they should squeeze out one victory in the first round and then lose it in the next round.
But then we move over to out of nowhere, three-way, singles three-way that blew the roof off the place, because this was insane. Mari, the former AWG champion, in her first match after losing the title, has a three-way versus the two of the royal members of Natsumi Sumikawa's faction, Natsuki and Koki, in the three-way here. Immediately, Royal started ganging up on Mari, teaming up against her. Of course, that happened. But man,
they're faction members. They should do that.
They hit a gear in this match where they just did so much good stuff here. I thought it was so good. Mari, again, the ever great veteran bully. And then when Koki looks like she has to win over Mari, hitting the amethyst splash, and then getting, before she can go for the pin, Natsuki runs into the ring and jackknifes her for 1, 2, 3 with 3 seconds left in the match. Before it, no wait, not 3 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yes.
But still, this was insane. This was such a fast-paced match, and I fucking loved it.
This is proper when I was asking you if that previous match is the proper semi-main event for a Korakuen Hall, this is the proper semi-main event for a Shikiba show. This is how semi-main events are supposed to look. Hard-hitting, quick, fast, awesome action all over the place. And at the same time, they did as you said, they did the teaming up. And then, very smartly, they did there was a funny bit when Mari was on the outside because she did not want to face two of them together as a tag team match. They even, at one point, when Mari was complaining about it, they even went to the same corner, like to signify that they are a tag team. So she went to the outside, and Natsuki wanted the referee to start counting, and referee was saying like, no, two people in the ring, still in the ring, two people in the ring, no count out. And then she started counting herself because she's an asshole, of course. So that was the funny bit, and then the serious wrestling started, like the real wrestling. The opening of the match was done, and we built up to this like last, what it was, like 4 or 5, even maybe 5 minutes. The last third of the match was just boom, 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 boom. It was a high-speed match, but not with high-speed wrestlers. It was like a high-speed match with, like, you have this Kickmaster veteran in Natsuki, this powerhouse tall wrestler in Koki, with Mari. I'm sorry. First was Mari, the veteran Kickmaster, and this powerhouse tall wrestler in Koki, who in this match, Sondre, she hit 2 great lariats. She did it.
Development, character development,
did it.
Long-term booking.
After half a year, she did it, and during this year so far, Koki was missing the butterflies so much. I was not expecting Koki to hit the butterfly on Mari. I was expecting to miss it, and then Natsuki double stomped her while she was selling the miss of the butterfly, and then maybe Mari pin one of them. It would not matter which one, like one of them pin. But they did it differently because Koki hit the butterfly because Mari was spent. She had the match won, if not for Natsuki. See? Is there a seat of turn? Is Koki turning on the royal, Sondre? We are back again. I will not let it go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I would be fine with it. We've been asking for it forever. But I'm so happy Natsuki is getting all this momentum this month. Like, it's such, like, she beat Miso this month, and then she pins Koki at the end of the month. It is very good for her, of course.
And she's present, and she's like pushed and present in the matches. It's not like she is the other participant in the match. She is the one who's driving the action.
Yeah. And of course, she wins with the jackknife. Shout out, pow. Check fucking comment.
Then you and your Dragon Gates.
I really like this match, and this match and then the following match made me enjoy this show more than Korakuen, which is crazy because I didn't expect it.
Even the tag team match before that was like that was like better than the semi-main event of the Korakuen Hall show.
Yeah, and
the vibes were better.
Yeah, vibes were better here, and the next match definitely tells that story. The next match was set up originally as a normal 8-woman tag here of Act, Shikagoto, Miko Ano, and Misa Matsui versus Ayano Irie, Shiaki, Maru, and Natsumi Sumikawa. So Natsumi Sumikawa with all the heels here. But before the match started, Misa Matsui takes to the mic and says, I want this match to be a 2 out of 3 best 2 out of 3 falls match. Why? Because I want that. That's why. Misa just going into her business for herself, just asking, I want this to be a best 2 out of 3 falls match. maybe Miso discovered a CMML over the Easter, and she watched a lot of CMML matches, and she was like, "I want to try that."
Or maybe she wanted to pin Miku, or rather, she wanted to pin
Natsumi twice.
Natsumi twice, yes, because she's a dummy.
Yeah, that's also very good. But of course, of course, Misa pays by being the one who gets pinned first in the first fall. When after 9 minutes and 38 seconds, she gets pinned by a Cazadora from Maru. Then the second fall, which was 6 minutes later, is Miko Ano hitting the Styles Clash to Shiaki. And then the last fall is a DQ on Act when Alan runs into the ring and beats up Act when Maru has her in a submission. But before we talk about that somewhat bad finish, let's talk about all the other great stuff in this match, because this match was insane. They were going on this certain speed here that were really, really engaging. I thought everyone did their spots right. Mesa Matsui is such a good like multi-woman tag wrestler, because she gets to do so much stuff with everyone because she's so fast.
Yeah, it's funny because I think she's really good at single stuff, but I think she's much better at this style of match, because she is such a the thing is that she can beat up someone, bully someone, and then eat shit.
Yes.
Which does not work in singles as well as it does in these settings, where she has both people she can bully and people she can eat shit against. So there's this dynamic with her in the matches, which makes you can add her into any match, any constellation of matches you can book in ActWres, and you make the match better immediately. If you throw her into a match, the match is better because she's in it.
Yeah.
And I want to also add that when the championship team came out with Ayano Irie, Chiaki Maru, and Natsumi Sumikawa, which, by the way, she was protesting on Twitter because she did not want to get booked with heels just because she has black gear. Which is a great thing to do, which they played off at the start of the match as well. They looked so cool together, like the four of them.
Yeah.
She is such a cool person, and when they were stood up behind her, they all looked so fucking good. I was like, oh yeah, let's fucking go! Let's go!
It's funny that she says she doesn't want to team with the heels when she wrestles like the lead heel of the promotion. Yes. She beats up people like she's a heel.
Yeah, they immediately paid up the bid after the main event I talked about with Chika Goto challenging her for the title. Which gave us an amazing picture in the Battle News article as well. When you have the opening part of the match where everyone pairs out against someone, and Chika goes into the ring and shouts, "Natsumi, give me Natsumi!" And Natsumi enters, and Chika Goto runs at her, shouting Natsumi, trying to deliver the lariat, and Natsumi immediately turns it into a bloody armbar that looks like she's breaking her arm, and Chika has to scramble to the ropes, and she cannot do it because Natsumi is an asshole and will not allow her teammate to do it easily. It's so good. She is so good. She's such a great wrestler. I love that she's the champion. I love it.
This match for me is such a good example of this is the thing I love with promotions like Dragon Gate, Stardom. They're like putting all of your top stars into like a big eight woman multi-man tag and just showing off great dynamics that we
Yes.
don't get to see that often. Shiaki here hits a tilt-whirl neckbreaker. It's supposed to be a
Yes.
neckbreaker, but she hits it to Misa's head.
Yes, it was one of the most brutal moves I have seen in like
Yes,
months. It
it
was
was
so
insane.
gross. It was worse than some shoot headbutts. It looked like she spiked her head on her knee and looked so horrific.
And Miku, when she wins the second fall with the Styles Clash, she takes up Shiaki and throws her into the corner when Natsumi is standing waiting for the tag and says, "Natsumi, tag the fuck in."
It's so good. They are
It
so
was
evil.
so fucking good.
It's like, look, take this garbage away. I pinned her. Give me the champion. Come out. You said it perfectly. When you put, because we do not get these matches in, because you
No.
establish the factions, you establish the big dogs in the factions, and you pair up the factions against each other when the leader is surrounded by her underlings, usually against another leader surrounded by underlings. So when you put all the leaders together and add the wildcards of Chika and Chiaki on both sides, you get magic, because the personalities clash inside the team or on the opposite sides with the rising stars from the mid card, from the underneath of the top stars, who want to prove themselves against the top stars in the storyline and in reality to like rise up, to be pushed above. It's so fucking good. This match is like perfect main event for the Shinkiba show. As I said, the previous match is perfect semi-main event. This is the perfect main event. We talked about it that sometimes in ActWres, you get the work rate semi-main event and story main event. In this case, we get the story main event, but at the same time, it's the work rate main event.
Yes.
And we got the work rate semi-main event, which was awesome as well.
Yeah.
Which made this show the best show of the March.
Yes, I definitely agree there. And it also stands out because after Alan runs in and beats up Act with the umbrella to end the match, Act immediately takes to the mic and calls for the roster to beat up Alan.
Yes.
And basically say goodbye to Alan. Everyone runs in, does drop kicks to the corner when Alan is standing in the corner. Fuka runs in, does a shoot kick.
Basically kickboxes her into the chest, and it looks like it broke several of her ribs.
It was so well done. Such a good goodbye to Alan here, and it again. ActWres girls, when someone leaves their promotion, they definitely pay them off well by this way. Where Alan goes from here, we don't know. Should also mention Alan runs after she gets beaten up by the entire roster. She does the Shining Wizard to Maru and pins her 1, 2, 3. Very well done. But yeah, where do you think Alan is going? Do you think she is done with wrestling?
She said she's done with wrestling and she's going to continue like she wants to do music or something like that. I don't know.
Is disappointing.
I don't know. Maybe like she said in the interview when she announced the retirement that she asked around December which would line up with Rossi leaving. So
do you think she is on Rossi's radar though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you know how it is, like how Rossi tells it that it is. Like the wrestlers go to him, he doesn't go to them.
Yes.
So is it possible that she decided, okay, I'm not getting booked in this and I want to wrestle. I'm good enough. I'm older. Like no other promotion will have me. because I'm older. Other promotions usually don't want older women. Rossi never had that problem. He took Tam,
Yeah.
who started when she was 32 or something like that.
No, not 32, because isn't she 33 now? 36?
I don't think she's no, whatever. It doesn't matter really. I think Alan is 30. So
Tom is 36. There's no way she started when she was 33.
Okay, she was like 30 as well. Yes. So basically, if she wants to continue wrestling and to focus on wrestling, there is no other place to go outside of Stardom or Rossi's new promotion. So I would not be surprised if she shows up in either of them. It's possible. It is possible.
Naho Kikura came to TGPW when she was pretty old. So
yeah, that is true. That is true. She came. That is true.
But either way, I hope Alan somehow comes back to wrestling. It would be cool.
Yeah, she is a cool person. I would like to watch her wrestle.
Yeah. But that was the month of March. I really like the month. We finally have some movement on the tag division front. We have a new champion. And going into April, we have 5 shows.
Yes.
One of them have already happened.
Yeah. And the other one is tomorrow.
Yes.
While we are recording. We are recording on Friday and it's happening Saturday. So ActWres girls are picking up steam. And we have a lot of movement, as Sondre said, because it was one of the things that it felt somewhat stagnant and stale throughout the start of the year. Of course, we had the tragedy in February, so I don't know if anything would have been done different. But because we had the unit produced shows which were not really like story heavy, which I said was a good choice. It was a good choice. The shows were fun. I enjoyed my time with the shows a lot, but it also pushed the story development further down the line, which is why we are getting all of it now around the Korakuen that had just happened. I think that Beast Rebellion dissolution thing that's going on will be interesting going forward. I'm not sure if they are going to continue with it or if Ayano teaming up with me is just one-time thing because they are going to lose immediately in the first round of the real tournament or not, or if they are going to beat their opponents and it's going to continue, or if Chiaki because Chiaki is teaming with Katmas Calico in the preliminary tag team tournament. They are facing. Have they faced Nene? Nene's team? Nene's teaming with someone? They are the first round team up, or is that the next show?
The schedule for this is tomorrow. Yesterday on the 4th of April.
Oh, okay.
They were in Shinkiba, where it was Katmas Calico and Chiaki versus Kira An and Nene Arata in the tag tournament. Preliminary tag tournament.
Yes.
First round. And then it was Sakura Mitsushima and Shia Oba versus Riku Mik, Riku Fukunaga and Konamik in the second round match.
Yes.
Then it was that was the tag tournament matches on yesterday's show, and then it was a special singles match of Mari versus Natsuki.
Ooh.
And then the semifinal is Natsumi Sumikawa and Shika Goto of the Royal versus ActWres Kawa and Ayano Ire of Beast Rebellion.
That feels like a story match.
Yes. And then in the main event, Miku Ano and Koki versus Misa Matsui and me.
That feels like story development for the Teppen Plus.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some Teppen Plus direction there.
Yeah.
So that is the card. That was the card from yesterday. It's not out yet, so we haven't seen it yet. Then tomorrow in Osaka, it is the winner of the Katmas Korakuen Chiaki versus Nene Arata and Kira An match versus Rensan and Yufa in the second round tag tournament match. Then it is Mari again in a singles match versus Marina Sayahara. Again, I have a feeling that Marina will gain a lot from this.
Yes, she will.
Then we have me and Nagisa Shitsuki of Update Plus versus Act and Great Asako. Okay.
Okay, comedy mid-card match, alright.
Then a great semi-main event for me. We have Teppen, Nahoyamara, and Nisamatsu versus Royal, Shikagoto, and Natsuki.
Ooh, that's tasty.
Yeah, and then in the main event tomorrow the main event tomorrow is Koki and Natsumi Sumikawa of the Royal versus Miku Ano and Riko Fukunaga. I have a feeling that when April is done, we will look back at April as Riko Fukunaga's month. I'm 100% sure about this.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. The main event is very intriguing to me because you can have the Miku versus Natsumi title match. I don't want that. I don't want that as a first defense. Doesn't feel right. Do you think it's going to happen as a first defense? But there would be in Shinkiba.
The first defense will be in Shinkiba, and I think it's going to be Shika. I don't think it's going to. Yeah, I think
that's possible. You think that's possible?
Yeah,
I would love that. I would love that though. I would love that. That's
I think it's going to be Shika. I have a feeling that Koki and Shika is going to face Natsumi and Miku in the tag tournament.
Yeah, and Shika is going to get a win over Natsumi.
That is. Either that or it's Natsuki. Either way, I think Natsumi will face one of the Royal.
Yeah,
members.
one of the Royal. Yeah. Which would leave Koki on the outside. He'll turn Koki.
Maybe.
I will not let it rest.
Of course, that is the two shows that are starting off the month. Then we have on the 4th, so that is yesterday on the 4th was in Shinkiba First Ring for Step 38, and tomorrow in Osaka on the 6th of April in the 172 box in Osaka, and then on the 14th of April we have a day and night show. Very rare from ActWres girls. We have Step 39 in the morning, and Step 40 in the evening, all on the 14th of April. And then at the end of the month, in Shinkiba First Ring, Step 41 on the 26th of April. So that is the month. And that was this week's episode, this month's episode. And I'm really excited for April. It looks like they have hurt May by stacking April with shows, because May is looking like they only have 3 shows.
Yeah, wasn't that the case last year as well?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe it's because they have like this theater season. I'm not sure how that works. So
I mean, that Ring is coming back in May.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to April. Okay, we have another month done. Thank you for joining me as always.
Yeah, it was fun. Slightly longer than I expected. Got 2 hours out of this.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot to talk about.
Yes.
New champion and everything. Voyo is on the top.
Yes.
We finally have a faction member with the title on top.
Yes, exactly. We don't have these factionless geeks who do not belong anywhere, do not have home, and are too strong for their own good. I'm so glad Natsumi is a champion. I'm so happy about that.
And that will be this month, and we will catch you back next month at the end of April, going into Golden Week. And that's it. Until next time, as always, be happy about pro wrestling.
What? We are not ice ribbon? Go away!
I don't have a closing. Don't make Velkej eat eggs. See you guys.
Please no. Bye.